CNN hosted a town hall between students and officials talking gun control, what both sides had to say.
And an alleged puppy mill is under investigation now in Darlington County, how deputies found out about it.
In the future of the forest, what this means for the growth in Carolina forests.
You're watching Good Morning Carolinas on ABC 15 with Crystal Costa, Matt Barbour, and meteorologist Zach Covey.
World-renowned evangelist Billy Graham has passed away. He died yesterday at his North Carolina home. He preached to more than 215 million people in upwards of 185 countries.
His final New York City crusade in 2005 was sponsored by 14 regional churches. We go now live to CNN's Kinseth in Charlotte.
A little bit later on this morning here at the Billy Graham Library, they're going to start preparations, putting up a tent for a funeral service that will take place here next Friday, March 2nd. But before the public will have an opportunity to pay their respects to Billy Graham, who passed away yesterday at the age of 99. From Hollywood's Walk of Fame to Wheaton College in Illinois and across the globe, mourners are remembering Reverend Billy Graham.
Billy Graham is just an evangelist of all time.
Throughout 6 decades, the evangelical Christian preached to nearly 215 million people.
Christ belongs to all people. He belongs to the whole world.
And prayed with every U.S. president from Truman to Obama and received the high praise of President Trump.
Some people ask me, what is my number one prayer? I said, Lord, help me.
He had a famous friendship with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and took a stand against segregation. As the world prepares to say a final goodbye to Graham, those who knew him say his legacy will live on.
Even if you don't have faith and you weren't raised like me, I believe he still brought goodwill and caused people to live to a higher standard. And so, you know, he affected the world for good.
And the public will have an opportunity to come here to the Billy Graham Library next Monday and Tuesday to pay their respects. Billy Graham will be laid to rest here on the library grounds next to his wife Ruth, who passed away in 2007. They were married for 64 years. Live in Charlotte, North Carolina this morning, I'm Kinseth. Now back to you.
And as you heard there, Graham's body will lie in repose for those 2 days next week at the Billy Graham Library there in Charlotte. His funeral will be March the 2nd. An invitation-only crowd of 2,300 people will listen to Graham's son deliver his father's funeral message.
Time now 6:02, and we have a lot more news, of course, to get to, but thank you for waking up with us. I'm Crystal Costa.
I am Matt Barbour. We're happy it's Thursday because that means tomorrow's Friday. But let's go and get you out the door this morning with a check of your forecast. Good morning.
Good morning. We have a dense fog advisory. Do I sound like a broken record yet?
Never.
I mean, never, yeah. Warm temperatures, dense fog, and that's what we're going to continue to talk about. Let's go ahead and show you where it is. The only difference on today's dense fog advisory still expires at 10 a.m. like the past two days, but it's not along the coastline. And the reason why? Well, it's all due to the wind. You can see that the visibility along the coast is not bad. Once you get inland, you're under a mile in many locations. And like I said, it's due to the wind. Look at that, 3 miles in Georgetown, 7 miles per hour in Myrtle Beach, 6 miles per hour in North Myrtle. It doesn't have to be a strong wind, but it just has to be enough to keep the air moving, and that will limit the fog development. All right, here's what you need to know. 70s to 80s today, one of the warmest days of the year so far. I'll tell you who could set some records. That's coming up.
With continuing coverage this Thursday morning, survivors, parents, and community members of the Parkland, Florida school shooting came together last night for CNN's Gun Violence Town Hall.
Students say their goal is to make sure no one ever has to go through what they did last week. 17 people died, dozens more were hurt in that high school shooting. Florida lawmakers were at the town hall as well. Senator Marco Rubio faced some tough questions from students.
Senator Rubio, can you tell me right now that you will not accept a single donation from the NRA in the future?
You have every right to ask that question of me, and I'm here to tell you that I will stand for the things. Are you going to be accepting
money from the NRA in the future?
I've always supported, I will always accept the help of anyone who agrees with my agenda.
One of the proposals being considered in the U.S. Senate right now is raising the minimum age to 21 for purchasing rifles. President Donald Trump says he's open to that. However, the NRA rejected that idea last night.
In an update now to a story we first brought you on GMC, a 17-year-old is facing charges after officials say she made school threats on Snapchat. Lake City High School student Deshani Ermoni Gamble is charged with disturbing schools. Deputies say she posted, quote, "Lake City High School and Ace, I'm coming for you tomorrow morning. You haven't seen a school shooting yet." The post scared many parents. Some even kept their kids home. The school was also put on lockdown after a weapon was found in a student's car earlier this week.
Additional law enforcement officers will be at Covey High School today. Officials say someone posted about bringing a gun to the school on social media. An investigation determined that post was directed at a school in another state. However, officers will be there just as a precaution. Horry County School Superintendent Dr. Rick Maxey is addressing several threats made against several schools. Dr. Maxey posted on Facebook, quote, "We want to assure parents that we will investigate all comments and all threats and deal with them properly. When those comments to a very small group of students occur, we may not do mass messaging to parents that could create unnecessary alarm." We have his full post for you at our website, WPDE.com. Now to breaking news overnight. Horry County Fire Rescue, North Myrtle Beach Fire Rescue, and Calabash Fire Department responded to an apartment fire earlier this morning.
We go now live to ABC 15's Liz Cooper in the Breaking News Center with this new story.
Yeah, crews actually rescued a person from that home just before 2 o'clock this morning. We have a picture here, or the tweet from Horry County Fire Rescue. They posted about this fire, saying it was mostly contained to that kitchen area. They say that person rescued was treated for minor injuries. We also have a map, actually, of where this happened and where crews responded to this morning. It happened in an apartment complex on Intercoastal Drive in Little River. No firefighters were injured. That fire is under investigation this morning, and that took crews about 30 minutes to get that fire under control.
Liz Cooper live in the Breaking News Center. Thank you, Liz. Police are investigating the death of a 3-month-old baby in Marlboro County. Officers were called to an apartment complex on Arcadia Drive. The baby was already dead when they got there. We're still working to get autopsy results. A man is on trial now and facing felony DUI charges after a crash in Marion County. This is a picture from that crash. Police say Dustin Cooper is responsible for a 3-vehicle crash in September 2016 near Centenary. Ty Boatwright died in that wreck. If convicted, Cooper faces up to 25 years in prison.
Deputies are investigating an alleged puppy mill in Darlington County. Officials say they got a tip from someone in the Rhodes community. The dogs are still on that site until another location is found for them. No arrests have been made so far in this case. This is the second reported puppy mill in the PD since November.
Darlington County School District parents and community members met 2 of 4 finalists for superintendent last night at a meet and greet. The candidates were Donna Hargan and Kevin O'Gorman. Hargan served most recently as the superintendent of Jefferson County Public Schools in Kentucky. O'Gorman is the chief academic officer of the Berkeley County School District. Parents told us they wanted to know what the candidates will do to bring test scores up and how they will keep kids safe from violence. We asked those 2 finalists about safety.
I think we need to prepare all personnel, from our custodians to our principals to our SROs to our teachers, and how to handle events like that.
So there need to be safety protocols in place, and certainly we have quality teachers and quality educators who are trained.
A meet and greet for the other 2 finalists is happening this Monday at 5 p.m. at the Black Creek Art Council in Hartsville.
ABC 15 News is learning new things about the Carolina Forest area. Last night, the Carolina Forest Civic Association brought some of those numbers from the Future of the Forest survey to light and to talk about solutions. The focus was not only on rehashing the survey results, organizers are encouraging people to take part in Horry County's Imagine 2040 survey.
The county has so many properties already in pre-planning and pre-development. There are 10,000 residences already on the books to be built in Carolina Forest. That has nothing to do with changing zoning or anything at all.
Horry County's community development planner told us during the last Imagine 2040 campaign meeting, preliminary results show people do want to see more commercial and residential uses together. However, they don't want anything that might bring more traffic. The Imagine 2040 survey is still available until the end of the month. You can find a link to the survey at WPDE.com. And it's not just the growth in Carolina Forest. It's happening all over Horry County. It's one of the biggest challenges facing our area. It's the topic of our ABC 15 Town Hall happening next Tuesday night. We will be talking to county officials and community leaders about how to handle the population boom. You are invited to attend our Growth in Horry County Town Hall, or you can stream it live or watch it live February 27th at 7 p.m. right here on ABC 15. For more information, just go to our website. One teen took technology to a new level to build a custom prosthetic arm.
Who he made it for, coming up.
We are painting with a twist this morning. Stick around to find out what the twist is.
Temperatures set to be exceptionally warm yet again, but we've got to get through the morning fog. I'll tell you how long the fog will stick around coming up. Here's a look at that drive time forecast.